Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti. Namaste Saraswata Devi Gauravani Pachayane Nirvisesha Sunya Acharya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Golokera Premada Harinama Samkirtana Niraparadha Namale Pai Premada Tadhapi Kirtayami Yanga Yadamatim Yadashrutam Kirtim Harim Swam Satkartum Giram Anyabhidhas Stitir Seva Prataschinta Katir Yatra Shrutiva Bhuyat Sarvatmana Vishnu Mayi Tvaicheshtika. Hare Krishna. Yeah, this is more for my reinforcement and purification, because the Japa we have heard all. We want to actually do the Japa in that mode. So I'm just getting my beads also ready. So here, what we have heard so far, you're not able to see the screen, right? Not yet, maybe. Share it. Okay. So here, we have already heard from our acharyas, from Samodana Bhashya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura. He has reinforced the significance of Japa Harinam in Sadhana Bhakti. So what we will do today is quickly hear from the acharyas how this Harinam is such a unique link. And second thing, what we will do is we will actually do the whole thing starting from Sri Guru Ashtakam, Tulsi prayer, and Sri Sikshashtakam. These are the three things. In all our temples too, Srila Prabhupada has given us, we sing Guru Ashtakam, Samsara Davanalli the Loka. And then Tulsi prayers and Sri Sikshashtakam. There's a reason why we do that. So we will do that today. And then we will start chanting. So that will be the plan for us today. Okay. So in the first thing, once again, remembering the significance of Harinam. In Sadhana Bhakti, in Navavidha Bhakti, all the angas of Bhakti are there, but how Harinam is very much unique and significant. We'll hear that. Amongst different levels of Sadhana Bhakti, he who is convinced that all perfections are obtained by chanting the holy name alone is the topmost sadhaka. Okay? Lord Chaitanya has personally instructed this lesson in his Sri Sikshashtakam. So in Sadhana Bhakti, whoever has developed this faith that chanting the holy name alone is that particular sadhaka has realized the crux of the matter. Okay? And chanting is soul's swadharma, that by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura. Here chanting means not just superficial partial chanting, but a Samkirtana. That's what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati called. Samkirtana means total or perfect kirtana. And I remember him saying in Samodana Bhakshya, where the attention is not distracted. That's what he means by total and perfect kirtana, where the mind, intelligence, everything is present. Where would that? Looking to see where I need to mute. It's quiet now. So that's Samkirtana. This is our goal. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said that Samkirtana, this state of consciousness, should be our very existence. And if you remember, we have discussed Sri Sikshashtakam is the essence of all the Goswami literature because it has all the bhava, and of all the Vedic literatures because it has all the tattva. In that way, Sri Sikshashtakam is the essence. And why is this Sri Sikshashtakam given to us, which is the essence of all the Vedic literature and the Goswami literature, which is the combination of all the tattva and bhava. Sri Sikshashtakam, why is it given to us? To come to the stage of Samkirtana, perfect Kirtana, total Kirtana, where our whole being is in the glorification of the Lord. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta is saying, so all other devotional activities become unnecessary if one comes to that state. Then what do we do until we come to that state? We use all the other angas of bhakti to get to that state. Right? So we perform everything outside, bhakti outside. We do all cheshta rupa bhakti outside to come to this stage of bhakti inside, Samkirtana. And for somebody who is in this Samkirtana state, this bhakti inside, automatically the bhakti outside will happen. They are 24/7 busy in serving Krishna. That will automatically happen. Okay. So this is the state, the Samkirtana state that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta is urging us to be in. We often hear that Krishna Prema is our goal, but here Srila Bhaktisiddhanta is indicating that Krishna Prema, loving devotional service of the Lord, Samkirtana is actually the journey, not just the goal, not goal somewhere in the future, but actually journey. So he's indicating that to us. And holy name reveals the soul's eternal relationship with Krishna. It gives us our Swarupa, right? Holy name gives us our Swarupa. And of all the 9 limbs of bhakti, chanting of Krishna's name alone, that becomes very intensified in Bhava Bhakti. So this is all from the Acharyas that we have heard. How Japa is a unique limb, and to come to this Samkirtana, this Bhakti inside, we perform the Bhakti outside. Whatever we hear, the Shastra that we hear, the services that we do, the yatras that we do, and anything external that we do in bhakti is to get to this internal state of Samkirtana. Having said that, how do we get there? Practically, that is what we are going to look into today. We have been doing external bhakti for a long time, especially if we are initiated. We have been doing the Cheshta Rupa Bhakti, outside bhakti for a long time. Chanting 16 rounds or more, hearing lots and lots of katha from so many sources and so many times, and doing so many services. We have been doing the Cheshta Rupa Bhakti outside. But maybe we haven't focused enough on Bhava Rupa Bhakti. This is what Sri Rupa Goswami is saying. Cheshta Rupa Bhakti and Bhava Rupa Bhakti, they have to go parallelly. Maybe we have done a lot of Cheshta Rupa Bhakti outside, and we did not sync, we did not align with Bhakti inside, Bhava Rupa Bhakti. Or maybe we did not give enough focus or attention to Bhakti inside. Bhava Rupa Bhakti, for which we are practicing the Cheshta Rupa Bhakti or Bhakti outside. So now our focus is on this Bhava Rupa Bhakti, Bhakti inside. This is equally important, more important, and should be done parallelly as we do Bhakti outside in sadhana Bhakti. And again, once we become spontaneous in our Bhakti, then Bhakti outside will automatically happen. But until then, as we are sadhakas, along with doing Bhakti outside, we definitely want to focus on Bhakti inside, which is Bhava Rupa Bhakti, which can take us to the Samkirtana. And this Bhava Rupa Bhakti can be, the holy name can actually give us this Samkirtana state of consciousness. The wholesome japa or total kirtana is our whole self being in glorification of the Lord actually happens when we are doing the japa. And that happens because of the potency of the holy name and because of the map that is given by Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Sri Sikshashtakam. It clearly indicates how we should do the japa. And this is explained by the acharyas of how to walk that map of Sri Sikshashtakam. That's what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta and Srila Bhakti Vinoda has done in Sambodhana Bhashya. So they are giving the keys to us to open. So through Harinam, through Japa, we can enter into this state of Samkirtana. And when we have entered into the state of Samkirtana, when our whole self is in the glorification of the Lord, it is not just inside Japa. The same thing will be spilled outside the Japa. So when we are doing Harinam Bhajan, that is Nam Bhajan. But outside the 2 hours, whatever the service continues is also Bhajan, because it's the same consciousness that continues, glorification of the Lord with our whole self. So that's how the state of Samkirtana, our whole self being in the glorification of the Lord, is not just limited to this 2 hours of japa, but is spilled over and is extended outside the japa. And this is what it means, Kirtaniya Sadahari, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Yeah. So let's see how Harinam has this potency to give us this state of Samkirtana when done exactly as prescribed. This is what we're going to do now. Okay. So I have posted a Sri Guru Ashtakam and Tulsi prayers and Sri Sikshashtakam in our WhatsApp group. Generally, when we do the early in the morning, before we start the japa, first of all, it is said that, when we wake up, we offer our pranams to our Sri Guru, because we are handing over ourselves to Sri Guru so we can be engaged in the service throughout the day. Yeah. So Guru Ashtakam place is there. Even before we start anything, I will bring this one. Where is that? I wanted to show you the tattva. Remember we talked about how to avoid nama parada, and we have all tattvas there. I will show you that slide, and that will be good. Yes. So, yes, please, this is the one. Are you able to see? Harinam, Niraparada Nama. Yes, no?
Yes, Mata. Yes,
yeah.
Mata.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. So please see here. This is in the morning. Now we are actually getting into the action. So far we have discussed the glory of the state of Samkirtana, which Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura is urging us to be in, not only inside the japa, but outside the japa. How to get there, that's what we are discussing. We will be doing it now. It's a very short time to actually experience whatever we are hoping for. In this half an hour, there is not a lot we can do, but we can quickly go over. So we have an idea of what to do every day before japa and during japa. That's what we are going to do today. Okay. So before japa, generally we take the darshan of the deities. Mangalarti, we take the darshan of the deities. But for us, for those who cannot go to the temple and attend morning Mangalarti, at least we can take darshan of the deity pictures that we have in our temple room or in our puja place or our japa place. Okay, so we are looking at the deities, having darshan of the deities. And then Guru Ashtakam. Samsarada Nalli the Loka. I'm looking at the song here that is posted. Please go over this. I was hoping to actually go over this, really read the whole thing, because this is pertinent to Guru Tattva. Look how we are bringing the Guru Tattva right away in the very beginning. If you look at here in this Niraparadhanama, please see we are Jiva, Jiva Tattva. Okay, we Jiva Tattva, we are invoking the mercy of Guru Tattva. If you look at here, all these aparadhas, all in the 10 offenses, and everything that is pertinent to Guru Tattva are being addressed and neutralized just with this Guru Ashtakam. Because we are invoking the mercy of Sri Guru, who is Krishna Kripa Sri Murti, personification of the mercy of the Lord. How do we know his personification of the mercy Lord? This is the Guru Ashtakam prayer. Says wonderful things. Tells us the place of Sri Guru. Okay. And let me see. So here, Sri Guru, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura is glorifying the position of Sri Guru. How Sri Guru picks us out from the forest fire. Samsara Davanalli the Loka Tranaya Karunya Kanaganatvam. This is a beautiful one. Please go over it at your own convenience and time. But we have to invoke the mercy of Sri Guru even before we start the japa. And this particular Guru Ashtakam tells us the position of Sri Guru and how he is really absorbed in the Gaura Kirtana. In the Gaura Kirtana is the Harinam brought by Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and how the spiritual master is always engaged in the worship of Sri Sri Radha Krishna, always engaged in the, absorbed in the holy name and dancing in ecstasy. How spiritual master is always offering Krishna 4 kinds of delicious foods, the prasadam. How spiritual master is eager to hear and chant about the pastimes of the lordships, and how spiritual master is assisting, offering the seva in Nikunja to the lordships, Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. And in this way, Krishna Kripa Shri Murti has come to us to assist him in whatever seva that he is doing to the lordships. That is the position of Sri Guru. We cannot offer direct service to the lordships, but look at all the position of Sri Guru and all the services that he is absorbed in. So to that Sri Guru, who is absorbed in the holy name, in the service of the lordships, Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, to that Sri Guru we are going down and we are invoking the mercy. So please mute somebody whoever just logged in. Yeah, thank you. So to that Sri Guru, we are invoking the mercy. Okay. and Dhyayam tuvam tasya yasya trisandyam Vande Guru Shri Charanara-vindam. I am really tempted to sing the whole song because it's beautiful glorification of Shri Guru. Unless our absorption, our thought, our reception is there to invoke the mercy of Guru, the Japa is actually the prasad of Shri Guru. So we really have to honor and glorify Shri Guru, and that's why Guru Ashtakam in the morning. Okay, so we have glorified Shri Guru, and in this way we have avoided these aparadas that are pertaining to Guru Tattva in the 10 offenses of the holy name. After that comes, so far we have discussed about, the Jiva Tattva, that we are Jiva here. And we have invoked the mercy of Guru. So Guru Tattva is addressed. And then the Bhakti Tattva. So now we are praying for the internal, to be in the internal energy of the Lord, to be engaged in the service of the Lordships, Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. And in Vrindavana, in spiritual world, this is done by Srimati Tulsi. So we have Tulsi prayers here. And that's why in Tulsi prayers, if you see, "Oh Tulsi Devi, I bow down to you. My desire is to obtain the service of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. And whoever takes shelter of you, their wishes are fulfilled. And bestowing your mercy on him, you make him a resident of Vrindavana. And my desire is that you will always give me a residence in the Nikunja of Vrindavana. Okay. And I beg you to make me a follower of the Vrajavasis. And please give me the privilege of devotional service and make me your own maid servant." It means we are asking Tulsi Devi, getting ready, invoking the mercy of the Bhakti Devi so we can serve the lordships in Vrindavana. But the very same lordships are present in the Harinam. You see? So Tulsi Devi prayers are there. And then comes Nama Tattva. So far, we are the Jiva Tattva. We have invoked the mercy of Guru Tattva, that is Samsara Dava, the Guru Ashtakam prayers. And now we are seeking the mercy of Tulsi Devi, Bhakti Devi, so we can serve the lordships in Vrindavana, here in the holy name. The same lordships are present. Now that we have we did seek the blessings of Tulsi Devi, now we are looking at the Harinam. This is Nama Tattva. In short, Nama Tattva is the same as Bhagavat Tattva. Bhagavat Tattva or Nama Tattva is the Harinam is the supreme controller, supreme proprietor, and supreme enjoyer. Not only that, supremely benevolent to us. Yeah. And not only being supremely benevolent, this Harinam, Golokera Premadhana, that is brought by Gauranga Mahaprabhu, also has Premadhana. It means this Hare Krishna Mahamantra that is given to us is not only supreme controller, supreme proprietor, and enjoyer, and not only benevolent to us, but also has the capability and potency to engage us in loving devotional service, to give us that Krishna Prema. The Harinam itself has that, and it is just waiting to shower that on us, to infuse us with Krishna Prema, to engage us in loving devotional service, regardless of how disqualified we are. That we have to understand. That is a big blessing and boon for us. Regardless of how disqualified I am, if I'm simply turning towards the Harinam and serving the Harinam as directed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Sri Sikshashtakam, which already has all the emotions of Sharanagati intertwined in it, then the Nama Tattva, which is supreme controller, supreme enjoyer, supreme proprietor, supremely benevolent, and the bestower of Krishna Prema, that will be revealed to us by following the instructions of Gauranga Mahaprabhu as explained by Acharyas. This is our next step now. This is what we are going to do. So far, we have invoked the mercy of Shri Guru and Bhakti Devi, Tulsi Devi, right? And now, we want to invoke the mercy of Shri Nam Prabhu by not just reciting Sri Sikshashtakam, by really imbibing the mood of Sri Sikshashtakam. This is the very key for our Japa to be the way that it is endorsed to us. There is so much of glorification in the Shastra about the potency of Harinam. All that potency is revealed when we are receiving it in the right mood, when we are doing it in the right mood, and that is through Sri Sikshashtakam. So, here in the first verse of Sri Sikshashtakam, not just reciting, but please understand, this is Nama Tattva. The first verse is explaining the Nama Tattva of the holy name. Yeah. What is the potency of holy name? This Harinam that we are going to chant, this Harinam that is given to us by Shri Guru, that is brought by Gauranga Mahaprabhu from Goloka, has the potency to do what? Cheto Darpanam Archana. I am submerged in the modes. My mind is going everywhere. It's all because of the modes. Still, that's not a problem. Harinam can cleanse me. Harinam can cleanse my mind. Bhavamaha Davagni Nirvapanam. I have a lot of anxieties. I am in this ocean of birth and death, and I have all these thoughts coming and disturbing me all the time. I have everything that is not wanted, and I don't have anything that is wanted. This is my situation. No problem. Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. This Harinam that we are going to chant has the potency to extinguish all the fire that we have in, the anxiety that we have in. Okay, not just the anxiety, but the cycle of birth and death. Okay, Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. This Harinam that we are going to chant is going to bring so much of auspiciousness in our life. And Vidya Vadhu Jivanam. This Harinam that we are going to chant is going to give us so much of realized knowledge. This is so important. We may be reading Shastras, we may be taking Bhakti Shastri courses, we may be doing so much of Shastric study. We may be hearing so much of Shastra, trying to hear, trying to by heart, trying to write, trying to pass the exams. So much of Shastric effort that we put. But when we are going towards the state of Samkirtana, this is what happens. Vidya Vadhu Jivanam. The realized knowledge descends upon us. Whatever is said in the Shastra, the import of it gets very clear to us. Okay? And how is this all happening? The holy name has it. And when we are doing the Harinam in a way that is endorsed, all these things will happen. And this is Nama Tattva. Anandambudhi Vardhanam. The joy of devotional service, beginning with no beginning and no end. Anandambudhi Vardhanam. One will start to experience this joy of devotional service. And when we say service, we automatically think service means doing something outside, doing some action, external bhakti, cheshta rupa bhakti. That's what we think service means. We are just stopping ourselves only to the external zone. Service is not just external. Service is internal also. Our whole state of existence should be in servitude. That is service. And when we are like that, whatever we do outside will be a service. Until we get to that stage, of course, whatever service is available, we want to do it. Always be engaged in some kind of service with an intention and prayer to get to this internal mood of servitude. That is the reason why we do the services outside. Not to compare it with anyone, not with any external considerations. With only one consideration, we do the external service to invoke the mercy of the Lord, to get to that consciousness of servitude. That is why we do the external service, so we can get to this internal mood. Okay. So, but by this time, there is service inside and outside. Anandambodhi Vardhanam. By this time, we are experiencing the joy of being in servitude, inside and outside. And then, Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam. When the consciousness is expanding like this, every syllable of the holy name, every syllable of the holy name is enlivened. It enlivens us. It's not just a mechanical word for us anymore. Yeah. Pratipadam Purna Amrita Swadana. We don't want to stop chanting. And we are fully present for each and every Mahamantra there, for each and every word there. Because we are not only in the mode of goodness, but through the mode of goodness, Hare Krishna Mahamantra penetrates us through the mode of goodness to the transcendence. And there's no question of mind going here and there. So that is that state, Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam. Sarvatmasnapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Samkirtanam. In this way, our whole being is in servitude just by the potency of this holy name, that is Nama Tattva. This is so wonderful. Okay, how can we get there? Let's do it. Practically, how can we get there? So, first key is Namna Makari Bahudani Ja Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpitani Yamita Smaranena Kala Etat Trishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Mitrishamiha Cheninanu Raga. We all know this verse. But what Gauranga Mahaprabhu is giving, the substance of this verse is Namna Makari Bahudani Ja Sarva Shaktis. Oh, this is so wonderful. We have heard the Nama Tattva. Nama has such a potency to pick me up from this dirt of modes, from this Rajoguna, Tamoguna, and place me in Vraja. Such potency is there in the Nama, as described by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in that song. This is so wonderful. Namna Makari Bahudani Ja Sarva Shaktis. Patrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kala. Not only this holy name is so wonderful, and I have no other rules and regulations as I have to do for Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and deity worship or anything. No rules and regulations. Just Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Just chanting wherever we can, whenever we can. How simpler can that be? So, holy name has been so merciful that it is not giving any rules and regulations and is so very potent. But Etadrishi Tava Krupa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishamiha Janananuraga. Such glory is yours, such potency is there in the holy name. Of what is my pathetic condition that I don't have any attachment towards you? That we have to realize. Please remember, the whole purpose of we getting together here is not just for information's sake. We have done that. In all the Japa series, we have done that. And this is to really touch upon these important points from a practical perspective. We have to acknowledge this. Durdaivami Trishamiha Janinanuraga. Oh, I am unable to pay attention to you, holy name. I'm unable to pay attention to you, my Lord, that are present in the holy name. When we start having that feeling within, our mind, wherever it is wandering, will come to us, will come to the holy name. We don't really have to talk about mind here in Sri Sikshashtakam because Sri Sikshashtakam is about heart in the holy name. And when we are discussing about Sri Sikshashtakam, when the heart is going into the holy name, there's nothing to be concerned about the mind. Mind will automatically come to the holy name. Okay, so the first key is to realize that we don't have that attention. Okay, we have realized. Then what do I do? Then there is, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Dhainya Bhava. What is my pitiful condition that I don't have attraction for you, my Lord? Okay. And as Nama Tattva, you have been present with me at all times. In the holy name, as Paramatma. You have been present with me at all times, and you will be there with me at all times. So we have to bring in, we have to lean on to the holy name. Lean on to the holy name is when we have the lotus feet of the Lord. Imagine the deity is there. The lotus feet of the Lord is there. Imagine we go to the lotus feet of the Lord and bow down and rest our head there on the lotus feet of the Lord, that is leaning, taking shelter at the soothing, cooling lotus feet of the Lord. This is what we want to do with the Harinam also. We don't have to look around for the support and for anything that we need here and there. All the solace, all the support that we need, and all the help that we need is provided by the Lord in the holy name. So with that feeling, assurance, with that feeling of assurance, lean on to the holy name. So this is the first connection, bonding that happens with the holy name. So Harinam, Japa is about bonding with the holy name. This is past being, mind being present here. How is that bonding developing? See, first of all, there is repenting. Oh, what is my dusthiti? And holy name is right here. Yeah. And oh my Lord, you have been present with me at all times. And you are present with me now. In this holy name, the Lord in the heart, you are present here right with me. I am leaning on to you. I am feeling assured. This is very important. Harinam is not just about the words in the air. It is about our feeling inside. Very important. Not just bhakti and words outside. The bhakti inside. What am I feeling about the Lord in my heart? About the Lord in the holy name in my heart. I'm feeling very assured that He will be with me. He has been with me. He has brought me to where I am right now. And He will be with me in the future too. That is assurance. Yeah. So, and then realizing that He is there, taking that assurance, just with this feeling of, oh my Lord, you are there for me in this holy name. Just that, with that feeling of assurance, simply with that feeling of assurance, if we start chanting Japa, not 1 round, 4 rounds, the Japa will continue because we are starting to bond with the holy name. Feel for the holy name, feel with the holy name, the feelings of assurance. Okay, so that is the first step, to feel assured that the Lord is there for us. Yeah. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna Vishwasa Palana, that the Lord is there for me. He has been there for me. He will be there for me. Then we are not looking around. And we are not thinking about anybody or anything. We don't feel insecure anymore. And the thoughts are not going really anywhere seeking help, because everything that we need is there, here. Lord Hari, Lord Krishna, the Lordships are present here, and I'm going to get the assurance from here. So assurance. That we have to feel. That's important. Because Samkirtana, the state of that consciousness, is not just external. It is through and through. When we are feeling something that is felt in the body, that is felt in the mind, that is felt throughout us. Bhakti is like that, through and through. So when we are doing japa, we should be able to experience that. I mean, it is a process, yes, we are learning, yes, we don't have to be restless and agitated that we are not experiencing, but we have to know this is what is endorsed to us. This is the Harinam that is endorsed to us. And this is the procedure, how we slowly get there. This is the first step, assurance, feeling assured that the Lord is there in the heart, in the Harinam, with us at all times. He has been with us, he will be here now, he will be there in the future. Assurance. So that's the first step. By doing this assurance, we are turning towards the Lord. That's the first step. In Nam Namakari Bahudanija Sarva Shaktis, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is making us turn towards the Lord in the holy name and bond with him in assurance. Okay, that's Nam Namakari Bahuda. And then comes Trinadapi Sunichena Taroripa Sahishna. Here, Trinadapi is, I am feeling very insignificant. And please remember, feeling insignificant is a transcendental feeling. It's not about feeling inferior. Feeling inferior and superior, inferior is mode of ignorance, superior is mode of passion. They are all material. But feeling insignificant because Sri Guru and Govinda, they have rescued me. I am very small, like a dust particle. What is my place in this Brahmanda? A dust particle. And what is my place in compared to the whole material world and spiritual world? Nothing. Simply a small dust particle. I'm really insignificant. This is clearly acknowledging the truth. We are not trying to do any mental gymnastics here or doing anything artificial here. Simply acknowledging the truth. I am really insignificant in this grand creation of the Lord. But I am very grateful because though I am so insignificant and small and being washed away by the motes, Sri Guru, Govinda, has picked me up and is engaging me in this seva. Whatever seva it is still seva. And they are engaging me in this seva. How mercifully are they rescuing me from the karma cycle and putting me in the bhakti cycle, in the internal energy of the Lord. I am very grateful. Not just the word, but we have to let that sink within us. Relaxingly, peacefully, acknowledging the very fact that we are insignificant and we are very grateful. This combination of feeling that insignificance, which is true, and feeling that gratitude, which is also true, because we are rescued from the karma cycle. This combination of feeling insignificant and feeling grateful is called humility. That's humility. There is no question of being inferior here. We are not comparing with anybody around here. Humility is to do with Sri Guru and Govinda, and how they are reciprocating with me, and how I am feeling for them. That's why it's completely a transcendental quality, humility. And because of this transcendental quality, naturally, whatever reciprocations that go on outside, they would be respectful, to others. All those things will naturally happen. External dealings with the people will naturally happen accordingly when we are internally situated properly in relationship with Sri Guru and Govinda with these transcendental qualities. So this is humility. So humility is an experience. It's not just an understanding. It's an experience, and it's a way of living. This is the part of the Samkirtana that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying. Okay, so in that state of humility, when we see ourselves very insignificant, naturally, we are not really looking for any respect, because we clearly see whatever we have is because of Sri Guru and Krishna that is being given to us. As Srila Prabhupada said, the definition of humility is not expecting any respect. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. And why are we not expecting any respect? Because we see the fact that what we are today is not because I made something to myself and I accomplished it. No. It is just because what is being given to us simply out of the mercy, the mercy of our Guru Varga and the Lordships. Because we are aware of that fact, there is no longing for respect outside. There is no urge or longing for respect outside. That's why this is a package deal. For somebody who is in humility, they naturally don't even think of respect. And they naturally respect others. You know why? As Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, because they are looking at everybody else as Krishna's paraphernalia. This is by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Krishna's paraphernalia. So how much respect we would have for Krishna's paraphernalia, right? How much respect do we have for the garland of Lord Krishna? When the garland comes, we take it as prasad. How much respect do we have for the Aarti plate of the Lord? We do have a lot of respect. Same are the Vaishnavas. They are Krishna's paraphernalia. That's what Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. So that's why whoever is in this state of Trinadapi, they're naturally respectful to all the Vaishnavas, to all the beings around. And because they're in such state of gravity and depth and understanding of reality, and are also in great taste of reciprocation with the Lord, in devotional reciprocation. Again, service means it is not necessarily only external. The mood of the servitude, the feeling for the Lord, favorable feeling for the Lord itself is a service. That is internal service. And of course, what we do outside in that mood also, that's an external service. So when we say service, it's not just external. It is through and through, both internal and external. Okay. So because that particular person is in that mood of servitude, then they are relishing that state of servitude, that loving devotional service. That's why if somebody who is not doing the devotional service are not behaving well with them, and then they're not easily upset. They understand, oh, I am like this. Relishing the devotional service because of the mercy of my Guru and Krishna, but they are not able to. So they have that kind of understanding. That's why they tolerate. They're still compassionate with others. They are compassionate to others. Whoever is not doing the devotional service are not being nice to them. So that way they are tolerant and compassionate to others also, who are unable to experience what they are experiencing. And not only they are tolerant and compassionate, not only they are tolerant, but they are compassionate. They are always wanting to give that to others. They are always wanting to do the welfare to others, wanting to do some good for others, in spite of them doing bad to and others doing bad to them. So that's the qualities. That is Taroreva Sahishman. These are all natural qualities. And again, these are beyond words, beyond understanding. This is at the level of experience that Gauranga Mahaprabhu is instructing us. That's the depth of Sri Sikshashtakam. Experiencing it during the japa, experiencing it outside the japa. And this state is Samkirtana, when we are in the total experience. And when in that experience, whatever word, deed, and thought comes out is devotional. Because that is the state. These are all the transcendental qualities and transcendental experience. So whatever activities come out are devotional, will be devotional. Yeah. So the point is, Samkirtanam is a state of experience, not just the words and understanding. And this is how we are getting to that state of Samkirtanam, one by one, step by step. Like the first one, we have just talked. For the cake, we have the basic. For the cake, we have the bread part of it, right? So turning towards the Lord and experiencing the assurance is like the bread part of that cake. It is going to be there, okay? And on top of that is the Trinadapi part of the cake, where different layers of the cakes are coming out now. So, and next comes, after Trinadapi, is Nadanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagatisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishware bhavatad bhakti haitu kitvaye. This is in Sharanagati. This is related to I want to only please you, Govinda. I don't want to displease you. Yeah. Avashya Rakshive Krishna Vishwasa Partner and Anukulyasya Sankalpam Pratikulasya Varchanam. That's what it relates to. Nadanam na janam na sundarim. I do not want anything externally. Not the people, not the recognition, not the fame, not the fortune, not the opulence, nothing externally. Nadanam na janam na sundarim kavitam. I don't want anything externally, Govinda. I just want Nadanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamai. Mama janmani janmanishware bhavatad bhakti aitu kitvayi. I simply want your service, Govinda. Service to your lotus feet. It means I do not want anything external. I do not want to displease you, Govinda. I want only your loving service to the lotus feet. I simply want to please you, Govinda. So please engage me in your loving devotional service. So these are the emotions from the heart. Not, at that stage, there's no big difference between the mind and the heart. When it is all transcendental, these are the prayers that are coming out. Nothing external, Govinda. Please engage me in your loving service. This is all what I am looking for. Yeah. And next one is Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Jagadisha Kamaye Kripa. Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha. Kripaya Tavapada Pankaja Stitadhuli Sadrasham Vichimpaya. By this stage, we have talked about different layers on the cake. The bread part is Nainam Namakari, and then the layers of Trinadapi, and this Nadanam Najanam is one more layer on the cake. Like this, the different layers of Sri Sikshashtakam are going to be different layers on the cake. But for our level, for our practical purposes, we are just talking only the 4 layers, the first 4 verses. So in that, the 4th one is Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram. Here in this case, by this state, the japa is so much absorbed now, having turned towards the Lord and feeling assurance from the Lord, leaning upon the Lord, and by Krishnizing everything in Trinada Pisunichena, Krishnizing everyone, and feeling very insignificant, but very grateful, that humility and gratitude. And after that, wanting to please you only, Krishna. I do not want to displease you. So please engage me in your service. And now coming here, Avashya Rakshibe Krishna Vishwasa Palana, Atma Nivedana. These are all the transcendental emotions of Sharanagati. Govinda, Avashya Rakshiba, you are there for me. I have no other thoughts or anxieties, Govinda. My mind doesn't have to go anywhere. I do not have to think about anything. Because Avashya Rakshibe Krishna, Vishwasa Palana, Rakshisyati iti Vishwaso. You will protect me. You will maintain me. You will protect me. Anything that I need materially, anything in spiritually, whatever I need, you will give me. You have been giving me, you will give me. All I need to do is simply serve your name that is given to me now. All I need to do is just do your japa peacefully with all my heart. Everything else, material and spiritual, will fall in place because you are the supreme controller. You are the maintainer and you are the most benevolent one. And you have descended and came into this Harinam for my sake. You have been with me at all times. So I do not have to think about anything, Govinda. You will give me the intelligence that I need. You will give me the strength I need when I have to tackle something in my life materially. You will give me that. I don't have to think about it now. I don't have to think about anything in the future. I just have to be with you in the holy name, and you will give me the intelligence and strength that I need to deal with anything materially, and you will give me so-called the spiritual progress, but it is happening right now. As I'm bonding with you, Govinda, Harinam, the spiritual progress is happening right here. What is the spiritual progress? This is engaging in loving devotional service to the Lord. And when the heart is in the Harinam, that's what is happening. The spiritual progress is happening. The material maintenance, protection will happen. You will give me the intelligence and strength that I need when I have to deal with it. And you will take care of the external arrangements needed for that. Why do I have to worry, Govinda? Where is the anxiety? Avashya Rakshime Krishna Vishwasa Palana. Rakshisyati iti Vishwasa. That's why I am doing myself, my Atma Nivedana to you, my whole self to you, Harinam. I want to be here with you. Chant your name with my whole self, turning towards you, feeling insignificant but grateful, experiencing insignificance and gratefulness, experiencing your presence and assurance, and longing only for your service with such taste that I don't have taste for anything external. And with my whole self to you, Atma Nivedana, I am here chanting your holy name that is given to me. So I beg to be in your service, O Harinam. Srila Prabhupada said, chanting of Hare Krishna means crying to the Lord, right? And the meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is, oh Lord, please engage me in your service, right? That's what Srila Prabhupada said, right? Exactly that. Oh Lord, please engage me in your loving devotional service. How each layer in this cake is a prayer and bonding to the holy name. That we will say now, and we will do at least one round of japa, please. Yeah, I was hoping that we can do more, but please remember this one, these last points. This is how we want to chant japa every day, every round of the japa, every mala of the japa. Srila Prabhupada said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Those are the words. And the inner feeling is Mantrardha Chintana. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura says, this Mantrardha Chintana should be throughout the Harinam. The syllables Hare Krishna Mahamantra is coming outside, but the actual substance inside is the Mantrardha Chintana. What is that Mantrardha Chintana? Oh Lord, please engage me in your loving devotional service, because I am taking assurance in you. You are there for me, Lord, at all times. And how unfortunate was my situation that I did not care for you. I did not pay attention to you. Now I want to pay my full attention to you, my Lord. So with all my attention and with all the assurance that you are giving, I want to serve you, my Lord. Please engage me in your loving service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You have been with me at all times, and you will be with me now. You will be there with me in the future too. I am so sorry I haven't paid attention to you, my Lord, but I want to pay full attention to you now with all my attention. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. With all the assurance that you are giving to me, that you will be there with me. I am totally leaning upon you, my Lord. I am not looking around at all for anything that I need, support or help or anything. You are there for me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You have been so merciful that you picked up this insignificant self and you are engaging me in your loving devotional service. I am feeling very insignificant, and this is joyful to feel insignificant because this is my position. Insignificant in front of you, Antaryami Bhagavan and Sri Guru. This is a joy of insignificance, and I am very grateful that you are allowing me to serve you. You are engaging me in this service. So with that experience of insignificance, with that experience of gratitude that is pervading within me, I am taking your holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And anything around, anybody around is simply your paraphernalia. So that is not a matter of disturbance for me. That is only a matter of respect and service for me. Anything around and anybody around. So everything is yours. Please engage me in your service and the service of yours, your things and your people. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hriddeshe Tishtati Arjuna. Krishna is Adhisthana. He is sitting in every being in the heart. So he is the object of worship. He is the Priti Vishaya. So there is service inside the japa and outside the japa. So, and the next one is, I only want to please you, my Lord, the Harinam. I do not want to displease you. I'm not really thinking about anything outside because it is so tasty. It is so satisfying to be just with you in service. So please engage me in your loving devotional service. I beg to be in your service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then Ainanda Tanuja Kinkara. I have nothing to think, my Lord. Avashya Rakshide Krishna. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Yejana Paryupasate. Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. You said that in the Gita. The very same you are here as Bhagavan. So if I am Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, if I have no other thought, no other chinta, but you, just being with you here in the holy name, Govinda, then Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. Whatever I need, materially or spiritually, you will give me. That is your promise. Whatever I need, you give me. Whatever I have, you will preserve it. So I have no thought materially or spiritually. Atma Nivedana. That if there is anything that's so-called that is mine, and my whole self is just at your lotus feet. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam buddhav. Up until now, vishame bhavam buddhav. I was afflicted with all these thoughts. I didn't know how to approach you. I didn't know that you were in the holy name. I didn't pay attention to you. Now, with the mercy of Sri Guru and Gauranga, with the mercy of this Sri Sikshashtakam given by Gauranga, and with the ways that are taught to reach you, by these Gurujanas, Acharyas, I am now seeking your shelter, my Lord. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitamam vishame bhavam buddhav. Kripaya, very mercifully, tava pada pankaja stita dhuli sadrisham vichintaya. Simply let me be the dust at your lotus feet. This is my Atma Nivedana. And I have no other chintana, Ananyas Chintayantoma. So kindly engage me in your loving service, O Harinam. So these are the layers that we have just talked about. The base layer, the bread layer of the cake that we talked about. Again, turning towards the Lord, feeling assurance, experiencing assurance. Second is Trinada Pisunichena, where we are experiencing the humility. Humility is experiencing insignificance, gratitude, simultaneously paying attention to the Lord is Trinadape. And the other things are not expecting any respect, giving respect, being tolerant, being compassionate. They are there. And I want to please you only, my Lord. I do not want to displease you. I do not want anything external, just your service and myself, Atma Nivedana, to you. And I have no anxiety because Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. If I am with you doing this japa with this heart, in you, the holy name, everything that I need materially and spiritual will be taken care of. I am so fortunate, so thankful to you, my Lord, that you gave this Harinam and this japa time. If we are chanting with these feelings, and please note that any of these feelings are not manufactured. These are from Sri Sikshashtakam, given by Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu and explained by our Acharyas. And as Srila Prabhupada said, oh Lord, please engage me in your service. Why? Engage me in your service because I haven't paid attention to you so far and I want to pay attention to you, my Lord. And I am feeling that assurance from you, my Lord. So please engage me in your service. And I am so insignificant, but very grateful. So please engage me in your service, my Lord. Yeah. Like that. So all these emotions of Sharanagati, and then, so please engage me in your service. That's the Srila Prabhupada's explanation of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So in this way, our acharyas have explained how we can be given this state of consciousness of Samkirtana. And this is again not that something we are achieving just because we heard something, just because we understand something. If we go in an accomplishing mode, then we could try that, but we want to take this as a mercy that has given to us, a prasad that is given to us. And whatever progress that we might see, if at all we have understood anything from this session, let's see this. The fact that we wanted to log in and hear about this Harinam and wanting to do this Harinam Seva Japa properly, that very intention, desire, and the enthusiasm, and the fact that we have stayed all this time, 10 o'clock? We were supposed to stop at 9:30, but still 10 o'clock. The fact that we stayed all this time, and the eagerness that we actually have to do our japa better, and whatever words that have come out, I am also hearing. We are all hearing from the acharyas. So whatever we have heard so far, whatever we have understood so far, whatever inspiration that we have received so far, is all because of the mercy of Sri Guru and Gauranga. If they brought us this far, and when we start doing the japa practically, would they not take us to Samkirtana, a state of consciousness gradually when we do it? But at least we now know how to get there, how to think, what should be the attitude during the japa, and what should be our thoughts during the japa. So just to summarize, what we have done so far is, we have heard from acharyas about the significance of chanting in amongst all the angas of bhakti in Navavidha Bhakti, and how everything that we do outside in bhakti is to come to this state of existence inside. So bhakti outside is for bhakti inside. Any services that we do, any shastra that we hear, any tirtha yatras that we do, everything, anything external, is to bring us to this state of bhakti inside. And when somebody is approaching to this state of bhakti, they will also do things outside. So outside things will happen. Initially, we do outside things to get to this internal stage. But when somebody comes to this internal stage, the outside bhakti will automatically happen. In this way, they always run parallelly. So we want to focus on this internal state of bhakti also while we practice this outside bhakti. Otherwise, there will be a disconnect and we will be thinking, where is the result? I'm doing so much of bhakti for so many years. So for that reason, our focus is inside bhakti also, along with outside bhakti. So on that note, we were saying, we were hearing from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta that bhakti inside is, the goal is to get to the state of Samkirtana, where we are in loving devotional service inside the japa and outside the japa too. And when we say service, it's through and through, both the service with the body and the servitude in the mind. Okay? And after giving the definition of Samkirtana, which is Krishna Prema, loving devotional service inside the japa and outside the japa, then we have gone to how to actually get to that state. And every day we have an opportunity to get to that state. Early in the morning, before the japa, we want to invoke the mercy of the Lord by, Guru Ashtakam. And then invoke the mercy of the Bhakti Devi, Tulsi Devi, and invoke the mercy of Harinam by Sri Sikshashtakam, not only reciting it, but actually doing the japa by the as the instructions given by Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And that's what we have discussed. So during the japa, as we discussed, the layers are, the first one is First of all, acknowledging, understanding, becoming aware that the Harinam that we are going to do, the Nama Tattva is the supreme controller, supreme proprietor, and enjoyer. Not only that, but very benevolent. And the Harinam itself well engages in loving devotional service. Okay, that is the Nama Tattva. Understanding that, that's the first verse of Sri Sikshashtakam. And coming to the second verse is, we are turning towards the Lord and repenting that we haven't paid attention, and now we want to pay attention. So attention and assurance, first layer. Second one, humility, which means feeling insignificance and feeling grateful, gratitude. Okay, and with these feelings, with these prayers and feelings combined as we chant. And then the next layer is, I want only your devotional service. It is so tasty, and I don't look for anything external. That's the third layer of the cake. The fourth one is Atma Nivedana. I have no anxiety. Ananyas Chintayam Toma. That is Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. So Atma Nivedana, I'm giving my whole self to you because you will take care of me materially and spiritually, and I have no other things to think about. This is what we have discussed. These are the layers. The whole thing together is the state of Samkirtana. Like the cake has all these layers together, right? So Samkirtana is the state of consciousness with these transcendental feelings and experience, not just inside the japa, but outside the japa too. This is at least some basic understanding. What can we say about the ocean of devotional service? It's just a drop of it that we have discussed. And with the mercy, more and more will be realized. But they will pause here. We want to pause here, but with your permission, please keep keeping these four things in mind, the four layers. Please, if you can take the japa beads, we will do one mala together with these feelings. Actually, even with one feeling, oh Lord, I haven't paid attention to you. I want to pay attention to you. Just that feeling. I want to pay attention to you. Please engage me in your service attentively. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just with that thought and prayer. So we have to see that thought and prayer is the gift. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the gift box. We have to have some gift inside. That is Mantrartha Chintana. What is that gift? I haven't paid attention to you, my Lord. I want to do the japa attentively. Yeah. So let me serve you attentively, my Lord. That is the gift inside. That's the Mantrartha Chintana. So that gift box and gift, just with this itself, 1 mala, 2 mala, 3, 4, 5, 6, they will happen. What to speak of whatever we have discussed now. Each prayer, if it is going as a gift in the box of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, these rounds are not enough. These malas are not enough. And when we are taking the assurance from the Lord, these malas will not be enough. But please see, at least we know what gifts that we have for the Lord, the Mantrartha Chintana. And anything that comes out to you naturally during the japa, any of that is a gift for the Lord. Let that be the Mantrartha Chintana. And then the Hare Krishna Mahamantra will go on. So like that, one mala after the other, as we place that gift of Mantrartha Chintana, the Harinam will go on. So please see whatever gift is naturally coming out of your heart to the holy name. We will do one mala, please. And it will take 5 to 7 minutes. If you would like to, you may unmute and chant. And or if you chose to, you can just mute yourself. If you would like to, you can turn on the video, or you can just be behind the scenes, however you would like to. But we will do one mala together and then we will pause. Yeah, so with your permission, please, let's do one mala together. It'll be nice if I can hear others chant also instead of just me, but however you feel like, you may please do that. So one mala together. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Vasa Gaur Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, प्रेम से श्री कृष्ण प्रभु श्री अद्वैत श्रीवासादि Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Golokera Prem Harinama Samkirtana Niraparadha Namale Hare Krishna. We will pause here. So I want to say that in this Harinam Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has said that Harinam will give us our Swarupa. So our Swarupa and the Swarupa of Shri Guru will be revealed in the Harinam. So Harinam is not just about Kshetradarpana Marchana. Harinam will actually give us our Swarupa. That's the Namachintamana. So what we have done is just a drop in the ocean of nectar of devotion. I'm going to pause here. I will let you please say something. Thank you all so very much. I've done this for my purification and reinforcement with the mercy of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. And I'm so glad you gave your association too. Please go ahead if you have. So sorry. Look at the time. But what to do? Sessions like this, it's not in our hands. I'm so sorry. I apologize for going so much off 9:30. But you know why this has happened. My apologies, sincere apologies. But maybe I can hear something from you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you is a small word, but thank you for being so merciful on all of us. Letting us hear this katha again, re-emphasizing so much on Harinam and what it really is, and how we should focus so much on the internal bhakti as well, the re-emphasis of that. We've talked, but I think today's emphasis on internal bhakti was quite a bit. So thank you so much. Thank you.